What is up, everybody? Zach from Wedward Chronicles. Got just a quick down and dirty detail video for you guys today. Gonna be detailing the WRX, so I figured why not shoot a quick video and show you guys my process. Hope you enjoy it. So the first step in your process will be washing, drying the car. I've done that already. It's storming outside, so I just didn't want to deal with filming that. But we got the car washed, dried, it's inside now, so we're gonna start the real process. All right, so I like getting a ball of clay about that big, flattening it out in your hands, and then that's what you're gonna clay with. So pretty much everything I do in detailing, I keep into a 2x2 square. So for claying, you're just gonna get it nice and wet. And then you're just gonna start moving it back and forth, and you'll feel it catch on stuff. When it's getting into contaminated, it'll stick a little bit. And what you're looking for is just a smooth glide. Make sure you're using enough of the lube for whatever lube you're using. You don't want to do too much pressure, but sometimes you will need to apply some pressure to get it out. And you just got to get a feel for it. I always work in straight lines when I'm doing pretty much anything detailing, just because straight lines are easier to get out if you do mar your paint. Swirls and circular lines are more difficult to polish out than straight lines, so that's why I work in straight lines, just a grid pattern. One way all the way down, and then one way all the way back up. Take your nice microfiber and just wipe it off. The original plan was just to clay bar and then seal it, but the paint's in worse condition than I thought. So I'm just gonna take some Meguiar's 205. You can get this stuff anywhere. Harbor Freight's even got it. It's really good polish. 105 if you're gonna try and actually paint correct, and then just 205 just for what I'm doing, which is basically just cleaning. So we'll polish the paint really quick and then get to sealing it. All right, so just a tiny bit of polish. This stuff obviously goes a long way. Way too much on that first one. This is more how it should look right here. We're just working it in a circular motion. I do have a random orbital polisher and a DA, but for what I'm doing, just trying to clean up the paint a little bit, I don't really think it's necessary, so we're just gonna do it by hand, get a little workout. Oops. And we'll just repeat the process all the way around the car. All right, just finished polishing. Gonna start laying down, polishing, and then final wipe down, making sure I got everything off. Gonna use some Colonite 845. I've been using this stuff for a while. Works real well. Let it be known though, it's not a cleaning wax. It's just like they call it an insulator wax. So if you're looking to pull any imperfections out by waxing, this isn't what you want to do. This is literally just gonna seal whatever your paint looks like is what you're gonna have. I'm just gonna apply this with the same finishing polishing pad that I was polishing with. And this stuff you're gonna put on and let dry to a haze and then wipe off just like any other wax. This stuff does go a really long way, so use it sparingly. This is what you're gonna use. All right, so we're still waiting for the wax to dry, so I'm gonna put some tire shine on the tires. I probably do this a little bit different than most people. I spray it on, spread it around, and I spray it on pretty thick, and then let it sit there for a few minutes. No, probably longer than a few minutes, and then come back later and wipe it off. So here you go. And that's that. The reason you want to come back and wipe it off is if you leave it on there too thick, you'll wind up flinging black specks all over your car, which nobody wants. But there's still a lot of stuff left to do, so I'll just leave it, and before I pull the car out of the garage with it being done, we'll wipe it off. All right, so I got that tire shine laid on pretty thick. I'm gonna come back and just wipe off the wheels now, not the tires. Like I said, I'm just gonna let that stuff soak on the tires for a while, absorb in there, but clean off the wheels. All right, so admittedly, hi Kona. Why? So admittedly, I put the wax on pretty thick on the car, so I'm still waiting for that to cure. I'll go over with how to tell that later, but just gonna polish the exhaust tips a little bit, just using Chemical Guys light metal polish. Stuff works well for this, so here we go. So the way I always tell if wax is ready to take off is just by taking a finger, I don't know how well this will show, but and running it down. And if it smears, wax ain't ready to come off. If it comes off clean, go ahead and take the wax off. So it's been on there for a little bit, we're close enough. I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the wax, and then it'll be sealed. So one of the last things I do is dress all the plastics. So I'm gonna put this stuff on pretty thick with an applicator pad, and then kind of let it soak in, and then we'll wipe it off later. There may be a product where you don't have to do this. If there is, by all means, leave it in the comments below. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm always trying to find better products. But what I kind of do with this is just put it on thick. By the time I get around the car, I figure it's had long enough to sit. And then I'll start where I started and just start wiping it off. Wiping all the excess off, that way it dries evenly and doesn't leave you with that blotched look. And at this point, the tires have been sitting for long enough soaking, so I'm gonna wipe off that excess tire shine as well. All right, now all that's left is just the wash and Rain-X the windows. One product I will wholeheartedly recommend is Rain-X. I use it all winter long. It makes driving in the rain a completely different thing. You can see so much better. You don't even need to use your windshield wipers. The stuff just beads right off. So I put 2 coats on the windshield normally. I just did this a couple weeks ago. So I'm just gonna do 1 coat on every window all the way around. But basically you'll see I just spray it on there, swirl it around, and then you're gonna let it dry to a haze, and then just wipe it off. Sometimes if you let it dry too long, you just need to put a little bit of water on the cloth and it'll come off. No harm, no foul. But yeah, so just gonna spray it on pretty thick. And then I just use a paper towel for this part. Just swirl it around. Make sure you're getting full coverage on the windshield or whatever window you're doing. And just let it dry to a haze. All right, now that that's dried to a haze, we're just gonna wipe it off. Like I said, if you have a hard time getting it off, just get one of your cloths a little wet and it'll come right off. One last wipe down of everything and we're done. All right guys, and that's that. That's the down and dirty of how I detail the exterior of my cars, trucks, 4Runner, whatever it may be. Give you a quick walk around and then we'll call this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. If you got any suggestions on products or stuff you guys like doing, drop them in the comments below. I'm always open to new products and looking for new things that might work better, so let me know.